Hello and welcome to round 7 of my career mode, here today for the Monaco Grand Prix. And as you can see, we've got a one-off livery today for this track. It's going to be an interesting race, and one that is going to be probably one of the slowest Grand Prix and one of the longest at the same time. As you can see, we've got the black and gold livery with the Distort logo on the back, and I think it looks pretty nice. Please tell me in the comments down below what you think of the livery. It will be changed next episode back to the gold and white livery, but I think as a one-off for the Monaco Grand Prix, it looks pretty good. And it's going to be 39 laps here today for the Monaco Grand Prix. We have no upgrades coming this weekend, except from, I believe, we had an aero, so at least we'll have something improving this weekend. And as you can see there, again, the livery back again, and there we are, the Monaco Grand Prix, the most prestigious one of them all. And looking at everything, it looks pretty nice, but what I did realise straight away is that the flow of this track isn't there anymore. It's compared to last game, it's pretty rubbish, but I'm going to have to get on with it anyway. I'm going to have to get on with the job at hand. And now we're going to see what we can do in qualifying 1. We're coming for the final sector, and it looks like we've done a pretty good job so far. And free practice didn't go too well, but we'll have to see what we could do in the the qualifying now. And we're going to come to the line. We're getting squirrely out of the final corner, and we're going to cross the line with an 11.8, which isn't too bad for the times that I originally had. But now we're coming through to our second lap, and it's going to be a 6/10 improvement, and that is us up into P11 or P8, sorry, for this qualifying session. In qualifying 1 anyway, which means that we're out of the bottom 5, or sorry, the bottom 7, I guess. It's either bottom 7 or bottom 6. But we're out of it. We're out of Q1, and it's good news. We're ahead of Giovinazzi, at least in this session anyway. But yeah, I don't think it's quite good enough for Q2, because we do only have one set of tyres to get through. And as you can see, coming through the final corners now, and it hasn't been the best of laps, and we get a load of oversteer coming out of the final corner, and we cross the line with a very similar time to what our first run was in qualifying 1, and that is our only run in the qualifying session. Valtteri Bottas, and it's going to be a Mercedes 1-2 to round off the whole thing, really. And the Mercedes look really strong, but Charles Leclerc going a different way on the medium tyres. As you can see, we're down there in P16, but we are going to have to take a gearbox penalty, as I guess the gearbox just doesn't have enough to survive the whole race. And as you can see, both Alfa Romeos, AlphaTauri, and the Renault and the Haas of Romain Grosjean all out in qualifying 2. But we're going to see what we can do in the race, and we're going to see what we can do at the Monaco Grand Prix on the lovely Sunday afternoon.
A proper road race, and in the true meaning of the word. That was how Mr. Monaco, the late great Graham Hill, once described this iconic event. The cars we drive have come a long way in the intervening half-century, but still we race on those same public roads beside the Mediterranean Sea. There's no victory more coveted than that of the Monaco Grand Prix. The astonishing Circuit de Monaco is, for all intents and purposes, virtually unchanged since its inaugural race back in 1929. The faster cars of today, though, ensure the 19 corners past the casino and along the seafront remain as thrilling as ever. A 2.1-mile lap here takes us around an entire country, yet never more than inches from the race-ending barriers. Anthony Davidson is here once again for today's Grand Prix. Let's talk about Stevens. They've had to change their gearbox. It's never a good start to a Grand Prix when, right off the bat, you have to contend with a grid penalty.
Well, at the end of the day, it's always better to take some pain now than parking it up halfway through the Grand Prix. Let's just hope they can put that new gearbox to good use and get the results they're looking for.
It's time to see how our drivers are stacking up after yesterday's exciting qualifying session. Good job yesterday from Valtteri Bottas. The Finn starts from pole position, and Lewis Hamilton completes the front row. Moving on to the rest of the grid, we have Leclerc, Vettel, Max Verstappen, and Albon, Sainz, Perez, Ricciardo, and Lance Stroll, Kvyat, Raikkonen, Romain Grosjean, and Gasly, Russell, Norris, Kevin Magnussen, and Nicholas Latifi. Ocon, they've taken a grid penalty. Joe, Giovinazzi, and Stevens. Which of these talented drivers will come out on top today?
So here we are for the Monaco Grand Prix, and we're going to rock the black and gold livery. It's going to be a one-stop strategy from medium to hard, but I was a bit controversial on the strategy. Obviously we're going to go very low fuel because it is Monaco and we don't really run out of fuel here as you're going lean the whole time to get the best traction out the corners. I tried to see if maybe the soft was the better strategy, but according to Jeff anyway, it wasn't the right way to go. So we did decide to go the medium hard strategy, which at the end of the day I think it was the wrong call, to be honest. I think we could have done soft to medium, to be honest. But we're going to have to get on with the job at hand. We're here to score points. We start last for some reason. I have been getting some really unusual penalties recently. I got one gearbox, which should be a 5-place grid penalty, and I got a 23-place grid penalty for no reason at all. So Codemasters, please fix this, otherwise it's not going to be a good day for me. And we're going to have to start from the back of the grid, which is unfortunate, but it happens. And yeah, just get on with the job at hand. But we are going to start the race now, and we're going to see what we can do at the Monaco Grand Prix from last on the grid. So we're going to press X now, and then we have one light, we have 2 lights, we have 3 lights, we have 4 lights, we have 5 lights. It's lights out and away we go for the Monaco Grand Prix. We shift up, we short shift throughout the first couple of gears, and then we get really good traction on the 2 up front, and then we try and go around the outside of Esteban Ocon, and we have some contact with Joe, and we have to have 3 illegal overtakes for no reason at all. We definitely didn't overtake them under yellow flags. But for some reason, we're at the back of the grid, and we're now 6/10 behind. Giovinazzi actually got a grid penalty too, so it's not just all bad. And we dive from 4 cars into here, and then Latifi is just blocking us in for no reason at all. And then everyone's just gone really slowly, and for some reason we didn't get any front wing damage, so we're going to go around the outside of Magnussen, who's just piling into us, and it's just ridiculous. A bit of a pile up into the hairpin. But what I've realised is that some people's career modes get crashes, but I don't seem to get any crashes at all for some reason. I don't know why, but I would have liked it if there's a bit more crashes. And we're going to move on to lap 2 now, where we're on the back of Lando Norris, and we have a yellow flag up ahead as we make a pretty horrendous corner cut there. And I believe it's Lance Stroll who's going to hold up now Lando Norris, and yeah, we get past him, and hopefully there's going to be no one getting collected there, and yeah, we seem to be okay throughout the first couple of laps, and we've done a pretty good job. And now we're going to try and make a move on Norris, but it just won't work out for us yet, and it doesn't look like we've had a safety car, but as I say that, the safety car is deployed, and I don't know what really happened. It was a very late safety car for one to come out, really. I'm surprised that they called it out so late, to be honest, but it happens. We're still in P16, so nothing bad, to be honest. And yeah, and now we're going to move on to the end of the safety car, and everyone's starting to slow down and bunch up, and I believe it's the 2 Mercedes up ahead. And now we're going to come through the final chicane, and we're trying to go around the outside of Norris already, but it's not going to work out for us. And now we're going to have to try and get a good exit out of here, which we haven't really got. And then we've always struggled with this corner. We get understeer out there wide, and this is what I mean by not a flowing track at all. It used to be nice to drive on, at least, but now it feels terrible, and I'm really debating whether to have it in my career mode or just get rid of it, like Vietnam and maybe some other tracks such as Singapore. But we're going to stop moaning now, and we're going to try and get on with the job at hand. We're in P12 at the moment, so quite a few people pitted. I believe a Ferrari did. I think it's Sebastian Vettel pitted. We still have both Mercedes, and then we've also got Charles Leclerc up in P3, I believe. And yeah, we're gonna be in P12 for now, but we need to make a move on Norris very soon, and we're gonna actually move on to lap 9, where we're right up behind Norris, and this is probably going to be our best chance to overtake him into the hairpin. They seem to be very slow into the hairpin, especially when there's someone up ahead, so it's probably the best place to overtake him. And now we're going to try and make the move, go down the inside here, and we do get a bit of contact with him, and he does try and stay on the outside. It was a bit of a controversial move, but I'm going to take it because there's no other places to to really overtake here. And now we've got George Russell doing a great job in that Williams, and we're going to move on to lap 12 now. And it's looking like we might overtake him into the hairpin maybe again, because that is obviously the main overtaking spot for me anyway, as they're always quite slow through there. And now come through the corner before, and you can see that he's braking quite early into these corners, so we're just going to make the dive bomb through. And he does try and brake late, but he goes wide, and we just about make the move stick. But he's going to keep his nose in there, and luckily I think we're going to get away with it, as he still has his nose in, but we do get away from him. And that was a pretty nice move from us, and yeah, it was just a nice move altogether. And now braking into the chicane, we lock up quite badly, and we cut it quite badly again. But I guess that's all part of racing. And now we're going to go into the pits on lap 17, where we got a 2.4 second pit stop, which isn't too bad. And we also have Grosjean up ahead of us, so we're going to see if we can undercut him as we exit the pit lane. And we do a pretty good job of it, and coming out, and we're up in last place, which is unfortunate, but the guys up ahead are going quite slowly. I believe they pitted on lap 3 or something like that, I believe. So it's not all bad, as we still have tons of people up ahead yet to pit, and yeah, it's going to be a good day for us if we can keep it on track. If we just keep it on track, we'll probably get points, as we were up in, I think, P7 before the pit stops, I believe. So it's all good. We're so far we've done a pretty good job, and if we can just keep it maintained, we're gonna come home with some points. And into the La Rascas, and now into the final corner, and we're gonna exit. And it looks like we've overtaken Ocon, and we've also overtaken Grosjean. So yeah, we've made the undercut successfully work, and we've done it. Yeah, he's behind us, and we're gonna get up into P17 for now, and we've still yet many people to pit. We seem to go wide every single time through there. When we just brake, if you just brake a meter too late into Monaco, you're gonna go straight into the barrier, and it's the unfortunate truth, I guess. And now going into the hairpin, you can see Sainz going very slow in his McLaren, so we're going to have to try and catch up with him as we go through the final corner now, until we get to the Monaco tunnel. We've done a pretty good job so far in this Grand Prix. We're about halfway through, and now coming through this middle sector, we're going through the middle sector now, and we're going to make another dive bomb into the hairpin, and that was horrendous for me. On my side, that was the worst move I've ever made, I think. But we are up into P11, so I'll take it. And I believe someone else is yet to pit, so yeah, moving on to lap 28. Nothing really happens from here, and we have to deal with a little bit of lime green damage. So it's going to be a difficult one to try and keep it on track, but we can only try our best. And we still have Sainz right behind us, and hopefully we can keep him behind, at least for the next couple of laps, before maybe a few people will pit. But we're getting really slidey now, and we have to really correct our steering wheel a lot through here. But through here, nothing really happens, and we do keep Sainz behind for the next couple of laps at least, or the next 10 laps. We keep him behind, and now we're going to move on to lap 38, where we're doing a pretty good job. And now it's the last lap of the Grand Prix, and Jeff confirms it is the last lap of the Grand Prix, and we just need to survive one more lap, and then we're going to come home in P10 as Charles Leclerc gets his first win of the season, and then it's followed by both Mercedes, I believe. So good day for Charles Leclerc, and especially with that medium tyre strategy, he did a really good job. No faults from him there. But we are going to come through the middle sector now, and it looks like we've got this in the bag, unless Russell can do something throughout the Monaco tunnel, which I don't believe he will do. So what we're going to do, we're going to move on to the very last sector now, and coming through the last corner, and we're going to get P10 in the Monaco Grand Prix. Get in there, and get in there, Lewis. We've done it today.
Okay, pick up rubber and bring it home.
It's the one that everyone wants to win, and they've only gone and done it. What a fantastic result here at Monaco. Talk to me, Ants. What was it that set them apart from the competition today?
Well, the safety car completely changed the race, didn't it? It's hard to say exactly what would have happened without it, but there's no question that they came out of that situation in a good position.
Looking at the podium, you can see that red suit familiar to fans across the globe. A world-class win for a world-class team. Ferrari do it again. And after this round of the World Championship, here's how things look in the drivers' table. It's a great result for Lewis Hamilton, who moves further ahead at the top of the table. Let's focus on the driver of the day. Anthony Davidson, who do you pick?
I have to give it to Stevens. There was a lot going on all down the field, but they were the only one who I really felt maximised their potential.
Let's move on to the constructors. Mercedes continue to extend their lead. Another team that excelled today was Williams, who make further progress up the table. And with that, we wrap up another weekend of motorsport. But with more races lined up, be sure to join us when we come back with more Formula One.
So Charles Leclerc gets P1, Lewis Hamilton P2, Bottas P3, Raikkonen with a great result in P4, Verstappen P5, Kvyat P6, Pierre Gasly P7 in the AlphaTauri, and then Perez, then Albon, then myself from last on the grid all the way up into P10 at the Monaco Grand Prix. And now we're going to look. Esteban Ocon did a pretty good job from the last couple of positions, and Sebastian Vettel up to his old ways, and he's all the way down in P15. And that's an unfortunate day for him, but it's not looking great for him in the Ferrari there. And Carlos Sainz and Romain Grosjean had a bit of contact, which I don't believe I kept in, which was unfortunate because it was quite funny. And then Zhou and Lance Stroll both DNF, which is unfortunate. More unreliability from our team as we saw from last time out. And now we're going to see the Constructors' Championship, and Lewis Hamilton and Valtteri Bottas are still way clear. Actually, Charles Leclerc only 1 point off of Bottas, but definitely Hamilton way clear. If you guys did enjoy today's episode, please press the like button, subscribe if you're new, and more content on the way. Probably be uploading tomorrow and the next day. I'm hoping to try and keep it daily. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoy your day, and goodbye.